Hey, I am 3+Kei. I am just an honest Christian here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And I'm back again today with another In Touch devotional. Topic today: what is temptation? The accompanying scripture is Matthew chapter 26, verses 39 through 41. Let's get into it. Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour?" He asked Peter. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." And so to that, what is temptation is the topic, and this was the accompanying scripture, Matthew 26, 39 through 41. One thing we do know is that temptation comes in so many forms, and it is extremely powerful. It's very enticing. Obviously, it's a desire. It's something that we want, but it's also temptation, not always something that is good for us, healthy for us, or God honoring. It's not necessarily engaging in righteous behavior. And so a good thing to do, since we know that temptation is around every corner, essentially, is to make a solid plan for what to do when that temptation comes. Like, get ahead of the 8 ball. And one strong way to take care of it in the moment when your plans fail, or if they're in order, is to pray to the Lord to overcome that temptation, to have self-control. So everyone experiences temptation, no matter how mature in the faith you are or how long you followed Christ. You have been tempted. It's true. Sometimes this seems like a faint whisper in your mind, and other times an unbearable shout. You know what temptation feels like, but if someone asked you, could you define the term? I would define the term temptation as a desire that is presented to you, a desire you already have. It might be lust or food or a possession, like a product or something like that. That is the desire, and the temptation comes when it is presented and put in front of you. And so then the question remains, what next? What do I do about this temptation? In and of itself, temptation is not a sin. It is simply an enticement to take a God-given desire beyond God-given boundaries. Sin occurs when we give in to that allurement. Many people, however, refuse to believe temptation could be even remotely related to a desire God intended for us to experience. But think about it. In what ways are you most often tempted? In the area of material possessions, companionship, food? These are all things that God planned as blessings for his people. The problem comes when we take those drives beyond the healthy limits that the Creator has set for our life. So even with these 3 examples, material possessions, the satisfied temptation of material possessions can lead to greed. The satisfied temptation for companionship can lead to worship or idolship of a person, or fornication if it's a romantic endeavor. And the satisfied temptation of food can lead to gluttony and lack of self-control. One of the enemy's top strategies is to distort a holy desire. Whenever you face temptation, ask the Lord to remind you where this urge came from in the first place. Then pray for the strength not to be deceived or led astray from the simplicity and purity of devotion to Christ, as is stated in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. And that whole verse is, "But I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ." Friends, temptation exists. It is extremely enticing, extremely powerful. It is also unavoidable, even for the best of us, or those who've been with Christ for a while. And so what you want to do, since it's a fact of life, this temptation, is to create a plan for the desires that you may indulge in if left unchecked. Create a plan, material possessions, maybe you have a budget. Companionship, maybe, you interact in church settings, or if it's a romantic thing, you hang out with friends. If it's food, maybe you cook at home, or you determine what type of food you're going to eat that's healthy when you're going out to a restaurant or something like that. Just a few ideas. I don't know. Let me know. How do you wrestle with temptation? How do you overcome it in a very practical sense? Are there any go-to prayers that you use? And of course, drop accompanying scriptures down below. I am 3+Kei. I'm just an honest Christian here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. I just want to ask you so humbly and kindly to please subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate it, and hit the like button. And with that, I will talk to you later.